Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and today we're going to look at the market correction still playing out, and so no Christmas rally at this stage, and time is a ticking. We're getting pretty close because 17th of December, and of course 25th of December for Christmas. We've got to see where this is going to land. I'm going to talk about where Ethereum might land today, so we're going to talk about that. So we get into all the major charts. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we're going to jump over to Pulsechain. We're going to look at the Pulsechain chart as well today. We'd look at that every so often, but we're going to get into all the crypto markets and, of course, the upcoming projects that are getting pretty close to launch, like Coin Mafia and True 2X from the True DeFi team. We're also obviously going to have a look at the ProofX sacrifice as well, even though that's only really going a couple $1,000. You might as well document it as we go, since we're doing daily shows, right? That's kind of the play. All right, so let's have a look in the chat there. We've got Darren in the house. Hey, Darren, good to see you. Can't wait. Let's go with the positive vibes, man. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And if you guys haven't shared the show around, don't take a minute to do that. Just hit the repost button on X. That really helps a lot. And, of course, the Crypto Night Show is the largest, one of the largest influencer channels, and pretty much the only one doing a daily show, like regularly doing a daily show. So pretty awesome. So big shout out to the Crypto Night Show. That's their own show, so that's pretty funny. We got EI in the house there. Good to see you. Or L, is it L? Let's go, absolutely. And we got Walk for Crypto as well. Hey everybody, good to see you in the chat there as well. Yeah, get in the chat if you're watching. Get involved and get in the chat there. Get lively. That's how we rock and roll. Now, one of the cool things that I've been seeing is some really nice growth on the YouTube channels lately, and also on X. So it's all happening, even in a down market like we are in at the moment. As everyone looks forward to the future. Now, here's what I want to say, just as an overview, is that even though we've got this short-term correction in play, the outlook for 26, 27 is hyper bullish. It really is hyper bullish. So feeling very good about that. And we'll talk about all those bullishness things later on. All right. So what does it mean? Well, possibly DCA while you can in this zone, but we're going to talk about it as well. So we're going to kick it off with the stock market first. Let's go for gold on that. And we can see that S&P 500 closes lower as Oracle and NVIDIA lead wobble in the AI trade. So obviously AI is the big trade at the moment. And so it is just having a little bit of wobbles. Remember back on the 18th or 19th of November? I think it was the 19th. We had the NVIDIA data out, and NVIDIA forward look, the results were great. So just a little bit of wobble here at the moment. Dow Jones at the moment down 0.5%, 228 points to 47,886. Let's have a look at the chart there. We've got a little mini chart. We can see we're just off the highs for that at the moment. And the S&P 500 is down 1.16%, 78 points to 6,721. And so we're just off the highs of that too. And then, of course, the NASDAQ at the moment down 1.8%, down 418 points to 22,693. So that's quite a little hit on the day in terms of stock market percentages. And so we're well down from that high back on the end of October there, which is close to 24,000. So we're 22,700 now. So it's quite, almost like 1,300 points approximately down from that all-time high. What else we got there? We got the US dollar is at 98 right now, just up a little bit stronger there, sitting at 98. Let's go to the commodities. West Texas at the moment, $56.75, up 3%. So actually a big move on oil. We've been talking about how good that's been, but a big move up $1.62 today. West Texas, we do have the US fleet putting an embargo was on Venezuela, I think, at the moment. So that's slowly creeping up that whole thing. Trying to deal with and also the regime's being entitled a terrorist organization. So it's good to see all that happening. If you keep close to those politics, that's a good thing overall. We're at Brent oil at the moment is at $60.63. We got gold right now is up 1%, $39 to $4,371. So gold looking really good there. And silver, look at silver. So silver there, $66.40, up $3 today, 5% move on the old silver. And you can see that. Look at that silver price is pushing higher. So fantastic. And what are we going to say about that? We've been talking about that for a long time. Target is somewhere between 75 and 125 US dollars. But of course, if you're in a country with a weaker currency like New Zealand, that's huge. That's huge. So really, really big. All right. So that is the markets at the moment. We did see a little bit of faltering apparently from the tech giant Oracle. Fell more than 5% on Wednesday. We also had a little bit of shaking in the Nvidia as well. Obviously, Nvidia leading the market, so leading the market down there. The other big thing, of course, is we're looking forward to the Fed, and of course, we have got a dovish Fed, and also that does seem to be pretty reliant on the employment market, as well as we do have a vote for the next Fed chair. That's going to probably take about 3 months to process once it's nominated, based on historical timeframes. But maybe they'll be able to rush it through a little bit faster. We'll see. So so at the moment, Fed Reserve Governor Christopher Waller said Wednesday that the U.S. central bank still has room to cut interest rates amid concerns that the job market has softened. I still think we're probably, maybe 50 to 100 basis points off neutral, and I think that's fantastic. So if the inflation rate's around about 2.8%, then we're at 3.75. That definitely gives us room for 50 to 100 basis points. The general rule, of course, or 1-to-1 ratio is a pretty good in terms of percentage points is a good one, and that would put us down into that 1-to-1 area. So I absolutely agree with that. Given the outlook, there's no rush to get down on interest rates, Wallace said, and we just can steadily kind of bring the policy rate down towards neutral, and what's likely to be an economy with moderating inflation. The Fed cut interest rates by 25 basis points last week. Of course, that was positive. So data this week had pointed to a struggling job market, as although the non-farm payrolls grew more than expected in November, this was accompanied by an increase in the jobless rate to the 4-year high. The rise in payrolls was also much smaller than the sharp decline seen in prior months. Other readings also flagged that some cooling in the US economy. Purchases Managers Index for December showed growth in both manufacturing and services was lower than expected, while delayed retail sales data for October showed growth cooling from the prior month. Now, the one thing I say about this is that we are expecting probably these are all lag results for the most part, so we are expecting forward economic indicators to improve on the back of Trump's economic strategy for the golden age of America into 26 to 27, and that should kick off maybe even December, but certainly in the first quarter next year. All right, so also we've obviously got the nominee, and I really hope it is Kevin Hassett there. That'd be really, really cool if that is, but Kevin Walsh is good too, so we'll see where that heads to there in terms of the nominee. All right, so that's kind of it for the economic and the economic and stock market news. The next meeting for the Fed coming up is in 5 weeks and 4 days, so the 26th of January. At the moment, we've got 73% of the market expecting a no change in January, but we've got 27% expecting for 25 basis point cuts. So, that's kind of cool. And we got March there at the moment. March got 45%, so it's quite a gap between January and March. That's kind of like was it over 4 months from now? Is that about 4 months from now? That's a long time to keep the rates up at 3.75. So we might see January deliver another 25 basis points. Let's see what happens there. That'd be certainly very cool, and it does feed the fuel there for the crypto market rally. All right, so that is pretty much it for that. Let's see. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well to say hello, and also don't forget to repost the show on X as well. That helps a lot there. All right, let's jump over into the crypto markets. Break that down. Let's see where ETH might go. So at the moment, we've got total crypto markets at the moment, 2.989 trillion. On CoinGecko, down 2.6%. So we busted through the 3 trillion again. We got Bitcoin at the moment at $86,100, down 1.9% over the last 24 hours. We got Ethereum down 4.3%, so a big move there, down to $2,826. We've got BNB down 3.9%, $839. And number 5 is XRP. It's down 3.3% at $1.86. Solana at number 7 is down 4.7% at $122. Tron at number 8 is down 0.3% at just below 28 cents. Number 10 is Doge. It's down 4.5% to 12.6 cents. So those are where we are right now. And after Figure Halleck there flipped Cardano, or ADA there, that has remained flipped as well, which is interesting. Last time it flipped, remember, it was pretty much one day, but it has remained ahead. In fact, the gap's quite severe at the moment. So, yeah, it's interesting. All right, so that's kind of where we are. Now, the best performer in the last 24 hours, of course, has been Tron. It's only down 0.3%. Best performer over the last week has been Tron as well, only down 0.4%. So Tron pretty flat there, but of course Tron doesn't seem to move that much. Now, the one thing I will say is that given the weekly corrections here, you can see it's a pretty fair correction over the last week. I mean, Ethereum's down, Bitcoin's down 7%, Ethereum's down 16%, XRP's down 10%, Solana's down 12%, and Doge down 14%. So a fair correction there in the crypto markets. How much further has it got to go? That's the question. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, top 100 performers. Let's have a look at that. We do have some in the green for the week. Meme Core up 12%, and Monero up 5.5%, Hash up 5.2%, Pax Gold up 2.8%, and Tether Gold up 2.3% following that gold pump. So those are the top 5 in the last week, so still a bit of green there. Top 1,000, we've got Smart Dex, the American Dream, and Impossible CloudNet. And trending at the moment, Ergo, Bitcoin, and Ultima. They are trending at the moment on CoinGecko. So let's jump over to the Bitcoin chart, and we might actually move to the big zoom. Oh, we've got the performance, haven't we? We've got the performance. Let's talk about that. So performance at the moment, October was red, down 3.69%. November was super red, down 17.67%. And, we thought we might get a Christmas rally into the end of the year after already going through the liquidation event on the 10th of October. Remember, that's what's caused us so much trouble in terms of correction. And that's lasted probably just about 8 weeks at least. And so here we are in December, down 4.64% right now. And we've only got about a week to go till Christmas Day. So yeah, let's see whether we can get a bottom before that, because as you guys know, between Christmas and about the 10th, everyone's on holiday. So that's a pretty much like a what do they call it? A flat lake or something. It's just not so hot. So we'd probably have to wait till maybe we get to around the 10th before we get some rally, unless some market maker decides not to go on holiday. We'll see. But that's kind of where we are, down 4.64% right now on Bitcoin. In terms of Ethereum, so look at Ethereum. Ethereum's down 5.5% at the moment, and it's been down for 4 months. Look at that, 4 months, 5.7. The last awesome stuff we had was earlier in July and August with the big gains, 48 and 18%. So at the moment, we're down 5.5%. Bitcoin at the moment on the monthly, consider see us moving up there. We are expecting the big parabolic. So the long view for next year has not changed. The short term, of course, we're having this correction in play. And so it's still playing out. So we're at $86,251. The monthly there average is at just under 65,000. So still above the monthly 50 moving average. Moving to the daily, so look at that. The daily at the moment, we've still got this death cross playing out, so that has played out pretty well. We're at the bottom of a range here, so we'll see how we get on with that at 84. We have had last time we had a pullback, we had some resistance at 76, so 76 to 78, probably a fair, if we got the bearish scenario, probably a fair a place that we might gain support on this move. But obviously the next move is probably 85, so we're just above 85 at the moment. So those are probably 2 markers, and hopefully they'll play out in the next week so that we can move up for the new year. There's Bitcoin, Ethereum. So look at Ethereum at the moment. Ethereum on the monthly. Let me just get rid of the overlays. Ethereum at the monthly, we've got $2,832. The monthly 50 moving average is at 2,500, and we're at 2,800, so we're about $300 above the 50 monthly 50 moving average at the moment. You can see that in the chart. Moving to the daily, let's have a look at that. Bam. We've also got this death cross playing out in the moving averages. It's where the 50-day goes below the 200-day moving on the daily, and we're at the bottom of the range. Very similar to Bitcoin in terms of view, and in terms of some support line. We got that $2,500 mark there sitting as potential support at the bottom of this move. If we do go down that far, that's kind of the where we might go. Apart from that, recently we went to 2750, so we can always bounce there. Maybe we might, but in any case, 2500 does look like the move there. And to talk about that more, we got this cool chart, and that is an ABCD chart, and it does look like we're playing that since we got too much resistance and the bulls lost. We got the potential move down to 2500, so that's kind of the where will prices bottom. Well, it possibly could get to 2500 in the short. If we do have a more bullish outlook, 2750 is the mark, but it's looking tempting at 25 at the moment, and we've got a week before Christmas. So we'll see where the market decides to stop us out there. That is an ABC correction pattern. It does look like it's kind of playing out to some degree. So we'll see what happens. We've already broken down through some of this line already. So like I say, this next line here is the, I think 2750. And that would be the first little line of defense. If we break that, then, we're probably going down to 2500, 2600 in the mark. So that is possibly where it might go. All right, so that is the crypto markets. We're going to get into Pulsechain next. And Richard Hart has been posting even more stuff. So we're going to get to that. Before we do, though, let's have a cuppa. What's a cuppa amongst friends? There we go. That wasn't too bad. Hey, we got Work for Crypto in the house there. Rough day today. It certainly is a rough day today, that's for sure. In terms of the market being down, again, particularly more severe too. True2X isn't going on Monday. Isn't going on holiday. This is Work for Crypto. That's true. True2X isn't. It's a great time. We'll talk about that in that coming up, because it's already on our list to talk about. But with Pulse being so friendly in price, it's certainly people can get a lot of Pulse there to double their Pulse. All right, so let's get into the Richard Hart. He's been pretty active lately, and he's working. He says he's working, and it's good to see. We love it. No expectations working. No expectations. He's a non-profit, Richard non-profit. We've got Richard. He says this non-profit is selling LCD writing tablets with Pulsechain.com, X.com, and Pump Tires written on them. Discounts on larger orders. DeFiDoodles.com, $2.78 each at 160 quantity from magnet-less devices, I guess. Discount code Hexmas for 10% off. Proceeds go to further their charitable outreach. How about that? And they got a little ad there. Let's have a look at the picture. The picture says thousands of words there. So they got the LCD writing tablet. They've obviously got all the Pulsechain marketing on it. Kind of cool. And what's it got there? Meet the reusable writing tablets that kids and adults can't put down. Perfect for drawing, notes, doodles, math practice, car rides, restaurants, and quiet time. Go paperless, save trees and dollars. Battery lasts for years, no charging. It's kind of the cool thing about these devices, isn't it? How the battery just keeps going. It's going there. Colorful screen looks great in the sunlight or shade. Always on screen and writing, erase button and erase lock switch. Light and durable, kids love it. Quiet, focused, fun, no mess. Pen doubles as a stand. Replaceable battery, ideal for birthdays. Stocking stuffers. So yeah, I don't know what you guys did. You used to have stockings like socks, or do you used to have pillowcases there? We used to have pillowcases. Classrooms. Travel toys and sensory-friendly play. I must say, there's nothing like waking up in the morning, having your sock or pillowcase full of presents. I must say, that's a pretty cool idea. All right, so that is from Richard there. Bam. Now let's get into the markets. We've got day 950. Can you believe it? 950 days since Pulsechain launched on the what is it day? Was it the 13th of May, 2023? We're 950 days later. 950 days. Get that in your head. That's crazy, crazy time now. For 2 years of that, of course, we had the SEC clouded over us, but we pretty much been free since the 7th of July this year. It's quite. I think we had a little rally out of the back end of that. It was pretty cool. But we've been downhill ever since. And of course, with the Pruvek sacrifice ripping the band-aid off, here we are today. Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0158. So that's down pretty severe today, 7.75%. We're down at 16% of the mean sacrifice price right now. Pulsex is at quadruple 0122, down 8.37%, and that is you got the buy and burn at 8.28%. So quite a down day for Pulsechain today. We've got incentive token at the moment, 64 cents. We've got Hex on Pulsechain, down pretty severe as well, 7%. Almost seems laughable, but we're at 2700th of a percent. 2700th of a cent. And on EHEX is down even more dramatic. I mean, this is it's getting almost comedy, but we're at 0089 at the moment. That is pretty crazy. One P hex will get you 3.14 E hex at the moment. So quite an opportunity to DCA and get these large volumes. And all you have to do is then hodl after that. So that is kind of the play right now, but very much a buyer's market. That is the Pulsechain prices. And of course, the band-aid got ripped off in addition to the market being pulled back. And this is where we are today. Let's go into the gas prices. We're at 239,000 beats, pretty normal. 1/10 of a penny for Pulsex right now. Validus, let's see where we are. Validus, what happened there? Validators, yeah, 52,676. So pretty much around, that's up a little bit actually, just a little bit. It's been going up by tens, isn't it? Tens. And of course, to get 32 million pulse right now, super cheap. We'll look at what that is probably. But bridge at the moment, 77.6 million. Obviously, the bridge, I've gone through this several times the last couple of days. I won't do it again today. But we've essentially been down on ETH and down on DAI, down on USD Tether, down on Bitcoin. So it's a down. Obviously, with the EHEX price collapsing, we're down to 9.2 million on that. Coast is pretty much around the same all the time, unless someone brings in a big bunch of fiat. And USDC has been our shining light. It's been up about $1 million over the last month. So that's going to be it. Now, I do see that with ETH price going down, DAI has also flipped ETH today. So that's probably the major change there. DAI flipping ETH. All right. So that's where we are on the bridges. Let's have a look at the Pulsechain chart. Should we go to a big view for this? I think let's do it. Let's do it live. There we go. Work for Crypto says Pulse is on sale today, which is actually good if you're going into True 2X, which is going to be launching on the 19th. So it's only got to be less than 48 hours away, does it? Then, yeah, Pulse is on sale. You can get a bunch of Pulse and try and 2X your Pulse in there with the old auction and then miners, the old miners there for 2X. We got Sandy in the house there. Hello, Superman, everybody. I made it on time. You did, Sandy. You did. We're only 23 minutes into the hour rather than at the end of the show. She's done that twice now, I think. So, but always great to see you, Sandy. Jokesies aside. We got the Sandy Beach in the house as well. I like that little Sandy Beach emoji. All right, so this is kind of where we are right now. This is the Pulsechain price chart. Not looking that great. Now, the purple box, you guys know what that is. That's the SEC. That's when they had a legal case over Pulsechain, but they were defeated. So 31st of July 2023 is when they came in. And we're on the weekly charts by here. These are weekly candles, just to give you a reference. And the 7th of July, that's when they got finally utterly defeated at the time by Richard Hart and his dream team of lawyers. So it was a long time that the Pulsechain, and of course we'd had this constant down pressure. We also obviously had the sacrifice set, and we obviously had a lot of selling from those guys as well down there. So we had to get rid of a lot of those guys, and that still seems to be the case. Still got a few around here and there. Now the band-aid got ripped off, of course, with the Pruvek sacrifice. So hopefully that's got rid of a few more people, and capital has been re-pushed over to Richard Hart's magical no expectations. So that's kind of where we are right now, and we've been apart. We did have a rally out of the SEC event, and we got up to 4 zeros 5,500. That seems like a long time ago now that we're down at 4 zeros 1,500 or 1,600. And then we broke down through this big wedge thing here, and that was only about 6 weeks ago on the 10th of November, and broke down. Of course, we had the Prevex sacrifice in this period, right? So not quite obviously that had a huge impact too. And we are down on the RSI here. So the RSI on the weekly is down at 33.7. So we got still a little bit more room we probably would go, but we'll see what happens here. We have bounced around 1,500 twice in the last 3 weeks. So, fingers crossed, we will see the light there. Now, I did remember someone was saying that they thought we might get to 1,000 on Pulse. And look, they might be right. We'll see. Let's see what happens. But we've still got a week to go to Christmas, so another candle to be happening before we get there. And then we've got this, I think this green candle here is the end. I'm just trying to remember what I put that in there for, but it's around about the end of the year or just after in the new year. All right, so this yellow line at the top here is the mean sacrifice price. But of course, I have the cost price much lower, actually. I have the cost price around about 2,100. So that's the total sacrifice dollars divided by total coins. And that's what I have around 2,100. So we're actually not that far below that, actually, which is funny that we've gone towards that direction. So that is where we are right now. Remember, the whales price was 4,100. So that was around here, around this green line here. So it was 4,100 for the whales. So that is the weekly. Let's have a quick look at the daily chart. Daily chart, of course, we've got this death cross still playing out. So we have the death cross on the daily since the 5th of October. So it's been some time now. So here we are down at the moment. Even the short-term ones here, the 9-day and the 21-day. 9 days in pink here, and the purple is the 21-day. We're below all those too. So pretty weak on the charts. And the RSI on the daily is at 34. So we're definitely weak, not quite oversold yet. So there's always potential for a bit lower. But, we do have a bit of support here twice around the 1,500 mark, although we did go lower than that today. 1464 today, which is our all-time low hit today, guys, on Pulsechain. All-time low hit today on Pulsechain. So we'll see where that goes. And fingers crossed we don't have to go all the way down to 1,000. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. We've got 2U in the house there. Hey, bros, good to see you. I'm not sure what you mean by your question. You have to be very specific if you're going to ask a question. That would be helpful, thank you. All right, so that's kind of where we are there. Quadruple 1576 is where Pulsechain is at the moment. All right, total markets at the moment, we've got 9.4 million volume. So, almost twice as good as normal. We've had pretty low volumes, 4.5 to 6.5 million weekday or weekend, it seems. But we've got 9.4, but it is on a down day, unfortunately. So we've got obviously a lot of risk management selling down the chart there. And at the moment, we've got a new token here. It's got no token limit on here, but it's up 92%. Looking at Sparta is up 1.6% versus Pulsex. SolidX up 1% as well, sitting at 60 cents. Ink's incentive token there up 0.5%, let's say, at 65 cents. Depends on the token. Interesting enough, with the risk off, Ink Dollar is actually slightly above peg at $1.01, almost $1.02 actually. In fact, it hit $1.02 an hour ago. So people moving capital into Ink Dollar for risk management. So that is where we are. So we haven't got much action on that. Pretty negative day. All-time low for Pulsechain, and it's showing up in the trending. So the top 100 trending. Everything else is out of the money. Some of the top projects, let's have a quick look through some of those. So some of the top memes, a Doubt token that's down just a little bit. It's holding up pretty well, actually. If you think about it, it's actually holding up pretty well. So I've got a pretty diamond hand community from the looks of it. Volt, the number one validator on Pulsechain, down 1%, sitting at 0.0055. Let's have a quick look at that. I don't know why it's reset this format, but that's pretty stable. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it's drifting a little bit down, but given how far Pulsechain's down, that's holding up pretty well. Let's look at the repulse ratio. Look at that. Looking great. Whoa. So this is really looking good. So Vouch there looking hot. Look at that, 35 on the pulse ratio. Actually hit 38 today. So, looking pretty good. Now, number one validator. So they're always accumulating more validators. So no matter, even though we're in a bear market, they're still pushing higher. So it's pretty cool. And they also got that 5% tax on the buy and sell tax. They've got a bit of volume tax, even though the volumes are relatively low. They've got those two forms of income, and they keep getting bigger and bigger, slowly and surely, just eating up. And of course, with Pulse down, that means that they should be able to get even more miners a lot easier, right? In some ways. All right, so that's kind of the play. What else? They've got Source Minimal that's going to Solana, that's down 1.5%. We'll scroll down here a little bit more. Picking off some of these bigger projects. We got Bria here. Now, Bria, of course, has been pretty weak, but because of the Rack and Michelle's projects launching, this could do quite well. We'll keep track of that. Currently at 0002900, down 4.5%. Scroll down a little bit further here. What was the other one I was looking at up here? Vault. Sorry, my bad. Vault. Sorry, Vault is not the vouch. My bad. I got that confused. A good thing I caught that out. So this is Vault. So Vault's going to be launching soon. This is going to be a multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork, and this is holding up really well. And we saw that in the ratios going up really nice. So apologize for the misassociation there. We're going down. This is Vouch. This is the number one validator. Let's see what this looks like. So it's down in US dollars, obviously, with Pulse. 4 zeros, 1400. Let's see what the ratio is for Vouch. Pretty stable. So yeah, it's sitting at 0.9. So it's still pretty stable here, given where Pulse is. So it's holding up pretty well. Now, this is the number one validator, of course, over 5,000 validators, and they got the 5% reflection tokens there as well. The volumes there, pretty small though at the moment. So we'll look forward to that when Pulsechain turns around a bit. Pump tires is down 7% at the moment. So look at that, kind of the brand name for the pump tires. Now it's going to face some competition, isn't it, from the Coin Mafia being launching soon from Rack and Michelle and Mr. Wu. So it's going to be interesting. Let's look at the pulse ratio on the old pump. Certainly not being favored very much these days with that price chart down. That's the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly. That's the weekly chart. Let's log this to make it a little bit more obvious there. So yeah, it has tapered off though. It has tapered off for the last 6 weeks. So it seems to have found a bit of a nice spot here in the 178, 180 range for the old pump. So looks like even with the price down, holding up. So it looks like seller exhaustion is over from the looks of it. What else? We got Peacock here from Liberty Swap. Now, obviously, we're waiting for Liberty Swap to launch version 2. And that's going to bring online stablecoins. Yeah, so that's going to be really exciting. It's going to bring on stablecoins there. In fact, I was going to talk about that, but I haven't got the chart up, but we might do that too. So we're at 00091. And obviously Pulsechain's down, so it's dragging it down a bit. But let's look at the pulse ratio. Pulse ratio is actually up. So that's good news too. So a bit like Volts 369 from Fast Abdul, that's launching soon. We've got Liberty Swap here holding up on the pulse ratio, even though the price is down. So that's actually looking pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So interesting things afoot there. Just got to stop the capital outflows and things, I think. I think that's pretty much it. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. Let's have a look further down. Obviously, the cores, we've gone through all the cores. Let me see. PTC the Greys. That's sitting, which is the top here? I'm trying to find the top here. Oh, we passed by 9mm. Shouldn't do that, should we? 9mm, of course, the second biggest DEX on Pulsechain. Obviously, DEXs ride on revenue, and the revenue, well, let's say the price is down on with the US dollar. Let's go to the pulse ratio. And this team's doing pretty well. So look at that. It's looking not too bad. Look at that. It's not too bad either. So, it's pretty good. Some of these holding up quite well. And 9mm there looking good at 415. Actually went higher this week. Let's go look at the daily on this one. Peaked up today actually at 506. So some pretty interesting counter moves there. Looks like there's a little bit of, with the more quality projects, a little bit more the exhaustion has stopped and people are like, screw it. These are more, we're actually, instead of selling them all down, we're going to go into them, and they're more like risk management tools with the quality of the projects. So yeah, that's 415 at the moment, so it's holding up pretty well. Now this team, of course, doing some pretty amazing things. They just did a big upgrade around their what they use Merkle Tree for reward payments. They had been, I think last month they earned about over $20,000, was it? They paid it out to NFT holders. let us know if you're actually a holder of an NFT, if you do get revenue distribution. And let us know if you have in the chat there. Anyway, so it's looking a bit better, isn't it, than the old 9mm? So that's our second biggest DEX course. Now, when volumes turn around, of course, all these 9mm is going to make a lot more money. And really, all we've got is we've got Pulsechain 9mm, and then we've got the two balancer forks with a certain amount of volume, which don't get bought into these numbers here that we've got. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. All right, so that's kind of that at the moment. To you, please stop spamming my my YouTube channels. Thanks very much. All right, so that's kind of where we are right there at the moment. Let's sit further down here. Unity from Cryptographics is down 12.7% today in US dollar terms. At 7.2 cents. Now it did hold up, a little bit around 10, just over 10 cents, 1066. It's a famous. Is that the Magna Carta? I can't remember. I think it is 1066. But Pulsechain is Pulsechain right now, and that is the ratio there. So holding up at 5,900. So actually not too bad, is it? And that's in the fourth phase, as I call it. So I want to get Cryptographics on at some stage. He seems to be pretty aloof at the moment, but we'll try and hunt him down and find him. All right, so let's go and see what else we got. We got the Trump token at the moment down 15%. P Tiger, Pulsechain Tiger, this had been doing pretty well with the old crypto tiger god, a rising influencer on X with guns. He uses guns and comedic sketches. He's pretty interesting sort of character, and so that is up 15.5%. Let's have a quick look at the chart there on the old P Tiger. I don't know why these price charts coming up like this list. I wasn't doing it. I only just started doing it like 2 days ago, remember? All right. So we're at 4200th of a penny right now. Let's have a look at the pulse ratio. And that is sitting at 266. The reason why I'm kind of interested in this is because, it's holding up relatively well. But also he's wanting to make it successful, and he wants to do he's got a lot of mates holding tokens that want it to do well, and so I'm kind of interested to see how he can move this higher, right? It's not always that easy. So that's kind of the play. What else we got there? We got time dividend. So we talked about 9mm, the dexes, FX aggregators, anything like that that's got volume and fees going through it, all the business type of protocols. They're down with Pulsechain down at the moment. They're down, revenue's down, and even though they're doing really well. So fundamentally, time is doing really well in terms of the downloads, but of course the revenue would be down because of the volumes down, right? So we've got pretty pitiful volumes. I mean, it's up today a little bit, but we've got down pressure. Let's look at the pulse ratio and see what that tells us about the chart. We're sitting at 69. I mean, it's obviously weak from the top. We're at 126. But actually, this is just a matter of accumulating, sitting in the wallet. Can't remember the yield at the moment. Let's go have a look at the yield. It's a little maybe delayed, like a bit backward looking, but we'll have a look at the stats here. We've got Crypto Utah in the chat there. Superman out here daily putting in the work. Hey, appreciate that, Crypto Utah. Indeed. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now on the old downloads. We're at 103,000. Now, remember, some big things have happened here with KG, and that is some big influences on X. I mean, these are huge. These are probably in the top couple hundred. And Matt Wallace there with 2.3 million followers is now aware of internet money, and therefore aware of Pulsechain. Presumably, because we get most of the revenue still coming from Pulsechain. It is multi-chain, and then of course with all the new downloads and people that are not just Pulsechain people from people that Matt Wallace would have invited, that would mean that other revenue on other chains is probably going out, right? So it's pretty cool. So that's kind of neat. What else? So that's kind of the play there. Let's have a look at the yield. Obviously, revenue's down. You can see that here on the swap volume. It's got a 90-day view, right? So I guess we look at the last week, sort of down 40% on the previous period. Swap volume there. They do have an APR, a sort of a yield on it. Yeah, individual yield. It looks like 1.6% at the moment. So it's obviously down. Obviously, if everything goes up, then the yield's going to be a lot better too. So it's kind of the play right now. So that's internet money at the moment. So that is, one of our I would call blue chip protocols. It's got earning revenue based on volume. and adoption. So you got adoption as well, right? So more users, more swapping happening now. So yeah, that's going to be one to look out for. So we had a look at a few of the kind of blue chippy projects on here. SCADA from Nuclear Supply is down 90% today. That's kind of where we are right now on those. So that is some of the ones there. What do we look at? We looked at time dividend. What else? We look at 9mm. Scrolling back up here. Peacock, of course, is a business-orientated protocol on Pulsechain. Vouch, of course, number one validator, so business-orientated Pulse. It's sort of like the kind of the blue chip kind of projects that have revenues supporting them. They seem to be getting the ratio to Pulse seems to be going up, so that seems to support that whole business proposition. Makes sense, right? So it's logical. So a lot of the other tokens don't have that, right? They've got no revenue to buy pressure. It's really based just on market buyers and who's holding the token, etc. Vault 369 will be like that too once it launches, but that's not launched yet, but it's coming up, and the ratio looked real good, didn't it? Looked real good. So people were anticipating that, I guess. And that's pretty much it amongst the list there. So pretty interesting. Right, so that is kind of cool. Now, talking about projects that are coming up, we've got a few things happening. Work for Crypto is best info stream on YouTube. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels right now: the Kryptonite Show, Pulsechain X, and Superman Crypto. So welcome to all the new subscribers there. Also on X as well. So if you haven't hit the follow button, hit the follow button. We're rebuilding because I had to start from scratch again. And I lost what I had last time. I had about 6,500 followers, and I had to start from scratch. It's not that much fun starting from scratch, but yeah, that's these platforms can be really, really annoying. But hey, look, we're building again. All right, so Rack Michelle, he is ramping up the promotion for Coin Mafia. This looks like being worked with Mr. Wu. Mr. Wu is a influencer on the Pulsechain community as well on X, and a comedian. He's a comedian as well, and he's doing a lot of promotion work here as well with Rackham. They've been slowly ramping up the Coin Mafia expectations, so they've really been doing a nice build up there, and they have now got a competition out at the moment. So this is Epic Coin Mafia Contest Alert. Win $1,000 in your favorite crypto. Dream of turning Crypto Mafia, the ultimate crypto coin launchpad, into the ultimate gamified playground. Got a killer idea that will blow minds, boost engagement, and make players obsessed. This is your shot to shine and score big. How to enter: like the post, share it, and repost it. Tag 5 people you follow who need to see this. Follow Rack and Michelle if you aren't already. And then, of course, reply below with your genius gamification idea for Coin Mafia and explain exactly why it's better than everyone else's. Be bold, be detailed, make us say wow. Contest ends December the 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Winner chosen by Crypto Kings, Rack and Michelle, and Joshua Wu. Their decision is final. No appeals, just pure awesomeness. What are you waiting for? Drop your idea now. Let's revolutionize the Coin Mafia together. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully they don't split the prize because they have done that a couple times. But apart from that, that is pretty cool. So if you guys want to enter Coin Mafia contest, I'll post that in the chat there on YouTube. Bam, and I'll probably repost it later after the stream there, so everyone can see it and they can participate. All right, so that's Coin Mafia contest. $1,000 up for grab if you got a good idea. Put a good idea down there. Let's have a look, see if anyone's put any good ideas. We got Icy in there. Icy, here's my idea. With amazing referral system, we can actually all form a very Mafia gang. Referral system can be made as Mafia gang, and leader KOL can refer people into their gang. Also have their leaders running the gang and referring people. There we go. That could, there's a few of those around already. So in terms of little promotion gangs out there, so that might work quite well. There is a referral in the protocol, right, for Coin Mafia. They're going to have referrals there. So, KOLs, but anybody that can push out a referral. I would like to see a staking platform for any contract launched via Coin Mafia, allowing users to collect rewards in the gas coin of the chain. You're holding on. Okay, that's decent idea. So yeah, lots of people putting stuff in there. Coin Mafia shouldn't be a launch pad. It should feel like joining a crime family. I don't know about that. We're already gonna have two crime. I know it's Coin Mafia, but I mean, why not? I guess nothing's. Maybe I shouldn't be so pessimistic on it. We were going to have Coin Mafia. We were going to have Mafia game from Jacob. We're going to have the other game, Giza, isn't it? Giza. They're launching Mafia game. Pulsechain. I don't know if we want Pulsechain to become the Mafia chain. Sounds a bit rough. But anyway, that's it right now. Yeah, so everyone's coming up with the theme of Coin Mafia with the crime empire simulator. I don't know about that. Yeah, so there we are. Everyone's entering there, so give it a go, guys. So that is launching soon. Obviously, it doesn't, maybe not before Christmas at this stage, so we'll see. Maybe their build up is going to be much longer than we expected. And with the market down right now, they're definitely not going to launch in the current climate. So I think that they'll probably just be waiting, building up the market expectation and the hype, waiting for a turnaround in the market before, once the market's at that bottom, they're going to be doing that. Now, there's going to be a multi-chain ride, so they're looking for the majors to probably bottom out and sentiment to turn, and probably in their interest to wait for that to start rallying so that, everyone gets wealthier and the good feelings turn around. That's probably wise, and so they've got plenty of time, I think. So this was probably going to be a later launch than we expected. Now, talking about another project that's launching soon, and that is Neil Fortitius. No, not Neil Fortitius, but he is in the team. And, of course, a well-known community person in Pulsechain. Day one is getting closer. Soon you will have an opportunity to crawl back some of your losses this cycle without trading risk. True DeFi is bringing DeFi forward for Pulsechain. You don't have enough Pulse, check out the Telegram now. Obviously, the idea here is that you just deposit your Pulse and earn a 2x ROI in Pulse. So you're doubling your Pulse there. Launch December the 19th. Now, you must do your own due diligence. Nothing is financial advice as always. But we have got an interview from about a week ago with the team doing a good overview of the high-level stuff. And we are going to try and get another interview when they do a launch, either post-launch somewhere in our time. We'll be covering it. We'll have a look at the user interface and how it all works and actual mechanics. But if you want to watch the overview, check out the video we did about a week ago. So that is ticking away there. And if you have any questions, do get into the Telegram and ask them away. They're very responsive, so get in there. It is going to be pretty interesting. With it, they're going to have system miners, retail miners. That would be you if you want to participate. System miners that don't earn a return, and then of course partner miners that I think earn about a 1.3, 1.4 return, and that also has referrals, and they take 14% of all the pulse that goes in, and they go and invest in these top tier protocols. And they've indicated at the moment they've got about 20 that are interested. That seems to be climbing. That will probably climb as well, in my view, if it all plays out pretty well as modeled so far. And some of the projects they've talked about is Vouch, Emmet. So pretty decent protocols there for doubling up that pulse. All right, so that's kind of the play right now. And slowly over time, the system miners will take over most of the mining. So the retail will come a small amount and all make it more self-fulfilling, right? That's kind of the secret sauce there. Basic over there. They've got a white paper there too from SMO Spider, so you can check that out as well. But that is coming up. It's coming up there. So kind of cool. Let's go to the True DeFi site as well. I'll post a link to this one here for Neil. Neil's a pretty well-respected guy. I really like Neil myself. So what's it? True 2X. Now this is launching on the 19th. True 2X launching on the 19th, and that is a link there to Neil. So give Neil a follow. Tell him Superman sent you. Tell him, hey, Superman sent me. So that is True 2X from Neil, and it's ticking away pretty good. So kind of cool. And the white paper is posted below, which is kind of neat. All right, so let's go have a look at the official group, which is True 2X. This is the official site. It's got the True 2X UI opens on the 19th. Now, the first day is an auction. So you're auctioning you put your pulse in for shares. And then the second day you go and set up your miner to get your 2X in pulse. That's the idea. But the rest of it, you do need to do your own due diligence. Nothing financial advice, as always. But that is coming up. They do have a little video here. Look at that little video coming up. All right, so kind of cool. And, of course, they've been in the Monster thread the last couple of weeks as well. So if you want to check out more details on the Monster thread, you can do that too. All right, so that is True DeFi. Now, I did want to bring up Liberty Swap. So let's bring up Liberty Swap before we before we finish the show. Actually, we're not finished yet because we're only 58 minutes through, so we've got plenty of time. But they are doing a Liberty Swap 2.0, which we're excited about, right? Liberty Swap version 2, one main contract with unlimited hooks. We'll love that. That's very exciting. So very cool. Now, they've made a good point here. So they talked about Polymarket's lifetime revenue, for those who are familiar. And then, of course, they've got Polymarket here, has done 15 billion in volume since inception. DEXs have done 11 billion in the last 24 hours. So obviously DEXs are a big deal, and that's why I went through that whole list. I went through that whole list on the 100 top trending and went through a few of the blue chips, and a lot of those were DEXs, right? Well, at least 90 million was a DEX. But we do have, I think we have opportunity for more DEXs, and if you're going to build them, you probably want to build them, get them out soon, and then I think there's a big opportunity there. But I think the tokenomics should be changed a little bit, and I've got an idea about one of those. It's going to be pretty cool. We'll see whether we can bring that to market. But this is the DEXs, and of course, this is just comparing the revenue. So if you had gross revenue 240 to 300 million since inception, while DEXs, on the other hand, at 0.2, 0.3% fees, generate 22, 23, $33 million a day. So DEX is very profitable there. The other ones that we know are pretty profitable are stablecoin issuances, right? With all the fees that come with that in turn. So that's been obviously a big deal there. So, chasing down the high revenue protocols is a pretty clever way to make a successful protocol. And the more we have on Pulsechain, the better. So, kind of cool. I thought it was a nice little insight there. But anyway, they've got 2.0 coming, right? So 2.0 is coming. So that is going to be pretty exciting. I don't know if they put anything out earlier yesterday. I'll just go back a little bit here just to see if I missed something. No, I think that's okay. So let's scroll up here because they got another post that I want to read out about the version 2.0 that's just coming. Presumably it's going to be out by next week. Liberty Swap V2, one main contract with unlimited hooks. I'm just having a quick look. Nothing there. I thought there might be something there, but let's scroll back up here. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Yeah, here we go. So working with the team to build Ethereum to Railgun to Pulsechain route supporting USDC, USD Tether, DAI, and ETH. So we're obviously seeing the wrapped ETH and the ETH set up for Railgun, but they're expanding it to USDC, USD Tether, DAI. So we've got the stable coins. So that looks like very, very important there. Now, the cool thing about this, they're going to be completely gasless and instant on both sides of the Railgun and Pulsechain routes, which is really cool. This is a major privacy-focused upgrade. I wish we had 48 hours a day to keep up the crypto development. Trillions of financial markets moving on-chain, but you don't want Pulsechain to sleep through this opportunity. So really cool stuff there. Just seeing whether they've got any little insights here. When we build natively on Pulsechain, we can execute PulseX and Petius swaps directly from Railgun balances without needing to unshield. Everything stays within the shield. So this is a really major deal. So we're getting the stablecoins from the looks of it, and also tied into Petius for swapping. So not only will you be able to bridge over into privacy through the Railgun, but you're also going to be able to do buying and selling on Petius privately, which is this is going to be super popular for retail over time as retail gets used to it, but really for sophisticated traders and investors and for large players, this could be something really, really exciting that brings in a lot of volume. And, the idea is to some degree that Pulsechain becomes kind of the privacy layer of Ethereum, and therefore we could attract a lot of capital, especially as Ethereum is overdone with a lot of the regulatory compliance entities that are on there. They keep dodging everybody in, or dobbing everybody in, I should say, to the EU and everyone else, right? It gives a really strong narrative for Pulsechain. So something that needs to continue to spread, but that could be pretty exciting. This tech is good, so really exciting stuff here. So that is some of the cool things. So Petius tie-in, stablecoins, I think were probably what is going to be delivered there based on these comments here. For a 2.0, which is fantastic, right? That's really and pretty much super speed time, right? Almost near instant time. So that is very important too. So we could see some arbitraging going on, right? So a lot of the arbitraging people are dreaming of could happen there. The other thing, technology, which is the layer 0, with that's something else we're kind of looking at. I think that's probably further down the field. That's kind of what the PDI bros were all hoping for. PDI bros. Well, at the moment, I try to stay neutral with the PDI narrative, but actually, it's this getting pushed off and off and off and off all the time, right? It's a little cult, little PDI cult. But we try to keep open minded on that. All right, work for crypto says, thanks, my friend. You're most welcome. I think I answered that. I'm not sure, but it's kind of cool. So that is Liberty Swap. There was one more thing I was going to talk about. What was it? Liberty Swap. So this is coming up this week as well. So this is exciting. So we're going to have Liberty Swap major upgrades. This is really super duper. Laying these all out before 26, fantastic. And then the roadmap for 26 is coming too. So it's going to be pretty exciting. And these guys are rapidly innovating and launching. So it's we're just getting lots of cool stuff from these guys. Now, presumably they're going to be clipping the ticket on the Proteus. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Are they clipping the ticket? Because Proteus is a DEX aggregator, right? It's the dominant DEX aggregator on Pulsechain. Although I must say Switch and others are starting to pick up some volume. Is that they always the DEX aggregator always tries to get you the best under the Proteus. They try to get you the best rate, and therefore you get the relatively, I guess, the lower fees. But I wonder whether Liberty Swap will be clipping the ticket on all trades. That'd be a smart move, even if it was a small amount, and it all adds up. So maybe that's what they were indicating with that last update there. Interesting. The other thing, of course, with DEXs, really, really got Pulsex and 9mm are kind of the dominant ones. Of course, 9 inches falling away. And then we've got the two balancer forks that are kind of doing most of the volume, additional volume. All right, so kind of cool. I should probably bring up the balancer forks more. Right? So we might do that in the future. All right, so that is the play. What else? I was going to talk about something else. What was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about it, but we're going to do it. Do it live. St. Richard Art, guys. The Christmas. Yay. We're 8 days to Christmas. Yes, we're 8 days to Christmas, guys. But before we do that, let's go to the Prevex. Prevex at the moment, 46 minutes to go in the old Prevex. And we've got a day 36 in play. So we've got 46 minutes to go. And we've got the base rate at the moment for day 36 is $2.48. And that's for 10,000 points plus the volume rank multiplier. So we're about to start day 37, and that will be jumping to $2.64, just under $2.64 for the 10,000 points and the volume rank multiplier. So that goes all the way through, of course, to day 54, which is on the 4th of January. And we know that during this whole period, right, it's pretty much dead in crypto, right? From all the stuff here, all that is pretty dead. Not expecting much happening at all. And then we got the last 5 days, which is probably, we got no volume multiplier there. And that's finishes on the 10th of January, 9th, 10th of January. And that's when we're expecting Richard Hart and the OA to come in with some magical ETH, maybe 85 million or something. We'll see. But that is kind of play. Let's look at the volumes. So we're at 16.34 million. Not really much change. 320 billion points, pretty much the same as yesterday. Not a lot happening here. 13,793. This is probably the metric that's moving the most because there's a whole ton of little top ups or little increases going on. But that's pretty much it. 13,793. So that's going to play. Top wallets are not changed. So the Buckamentals Prevex pool is the number one. This is where all the retail came in. They pay a little fee on the volume bonus, well, not so little fee, and it's they get the benefit of the multiplier, which is 2.66 in addition to their entry price, which most of them got in at 10,000 points for $1, right? Most of them. And then we got these big player. The big player came in and did all these wallets pretty much. I don't know, or maybe not all of them, but probably all of them just about. Now the second one is the Pulsex whale that sold us down. That was over a week ago now, I think. And that was they got a bad rate, right? They came in here and somewhere in here, was it $1.40 or 50 or somewhere in there, maybe slightly lower, maybe it was $1.35, somewhere in there they came, and they did that, and they took number 2. But all these other ones here look like they're pretty coordinated as a large player, possibly Rack and Michelle. I don't know if anyone's done it. Maybe CryptoSolve has done some analytics on that. I haven't seen it, but probably worth checking out. And then if we go to page 2, which take a second to render, we'll get to it in a minute. We'll get to it in a minute. I just realized I've gone to my big view, don't I? Normally I just go to the big view for charts, but that is what it is. Maybe we'll flip back because I want to play my little video. Well, look how long it's taken to render. What the fudge? All right, we'll stuff that. And we're at 11.7, just below 11.7 million on Ethereum, 3.7 million on Pulsechain. And of course, all that wealth is a lot of this Ethereum probably routed through the bridge as well from Pulsechain. Not all of it, but a decent amount. And yeah, so we've, obviously that's impacted the charts on Pulsechain, both through people selling down and through stuff that was just sitting idle on the chain. Now, CryptoSolve, I think he did some research and thought it was something like $35 million was just sitting idle. But some of that obviously has gone into this sacrifice. We got 180K on BSC, 137 on Base. So if you're a developer, those are probably some interesting chains for you to want to be on. And then Bitcoin was about 120K. Seems to be moving around with the price of Bitcoin. So yeah, 90K on Arbitrum, Monero 73. Some interesting stuff there. Now, obviously, Richard has a decent reach on X, but that's kind of the play. And then we have all these little baby chains. Interesting enough. So that is 42 minutes ago. That's pretty much the results, right, for day 36 and day 37 starting up. And yeah, we're going to go to $2.64 from $2.50 to $2.64 for the base rate. And that's it. It hasn't really gone up much at all. All right, that gets us to Christmas. 8 days to Christmas, guys. Candle flickers at St. Richard reviews the names. Only momentum leaves a mark. Be present, be kind, bring others. In fact, let's go back to let's go to this other view. Yeah, let's go that one. Let's zoom in on this. Bam, bam. How's that look? Looks pretty good. All right, so Candle flickers at St. Richard Hut reviews the names. Only momentum leaves a mark. Be present, be kind, bring others. Arcade lights guide the faithful. Pulsechain remembers who showed up. The elves are watching. So it's got a little picture there. 8 days to Christmas. What else? We got the law of St. Richard grows stronger each day as we march towards Christmas. He brings cookies for the faithful and the nice list. Now, if you guys want to join up to this, you can. It's all a bit of fun, really. So if you want to do that, get in there. There's going to be airdrops and giveaways and all sorts of stuff like that. But let me go into the chat there and let me get my link so you guys can join up. Get a link. All right, so I've got the link there, and you can join up today. And let Kairos, who's the founder there, know that I sent you. So Superman sent me, and then he'll sign you automatically up for the nice list. You get an automatic sign up. How about that? It's pretty good. So join SRH, so St. Richard Hart. Bam, that is the link to join up. All right, boom. And yeah, so there's a nice list there. You get rewards. If you're active in the community, you get airdrops and SRH tokens, which are trading on the marketplace. Daily countdown to Christmas. Obviously, we're down to day 8 now. Daily active giveaways and community events. So they have competitions. The last competition was 5 million SRH. And they've obviously got the arcade games. Got 3 arcade games out at the moment, etc. So that is the play right now. So check it out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let me go to the chat there. If you're watching on the live on X, I will post it underneath the chat there for Xmas fun and airdrops. I'll just call it that. Join St. Richard Hut. All right, how's that? Look, terrible spelling again. Join St. Richard Hut Telegram. How about that? Telegram. All right, boom, that is it. Kind of cool. Oh, we've got Hash Lover now there with the little super dog. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right, so that is pretty much it on that one. Let's play out the video. You never know. Maybe in the new year. I don't know. What do you guys reckon? New Year's Eve or the 10th of January? Something like that. We might get one of these. We'll see.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was today's rundown, and we did it. It took us an hour and 5 minutes, but we did it. So got some excitement this week. We've got Liberty Swap maybe this weekend, maybe next week for the Liberty Swap version 2.0. This could be huge too, right? 2.0 because stablecoins tying into the tiers for swapping. It'd be interesting whether they're clipping the ticket on that at all. That'd be interesting. And that's all in privacy mode. So big deal for Pulsechain. Big deal. So really cool to get that in play. And what else? We've got True 2X launching on the 19th. It does appear that Coin Mafia might be a little bit later. They'll probably wait for the sentiment change. But Pulse at the moment, you can get as much Pulse as you want and go into those miners. That looks like going to be the bit of a fun coming up in less than 48 hours from the looks of it. So very cool. What else? I think that was it. Was that it? Yeah. And we'll see whether the bottom is. Like I say, for Ethereum, I think we kind of had the bottom might be, it could be as low as high as 2750, but otherwise, if it follows the ABCD, then we're looking at 2,500. And last time we got down to 2,600, remember? And so that's kind of could be the play there. Bitcoin had two ranges as well. The bottom of that range was kind of 76, 78, but we could be higher than that. We'll see where it lands, and maybe we might get that. We've still got about a week to go to Christmas, so maybe we still might get find the bottom and still have a bit of a little mini run into Christmas. We'll see how it goes. But certainly after Christmas to New Year's, to about the 10th, it's pretty quiet and flat. So we'll see what happens there too. Could be pretty quiet. And then maybe the 10th of January, if Tom Lee and Raoul Paul are right, we get that big rally off the bottom once we've had this retrace, and we potentially could even make a new all-time high in Bitcoin, and it could be really part of that parabolic move that everyone's looking forward to. And of course, that would indicate that the 4-year cycle is broken too, if we do that. So we'll see what happens in the market. But certainly 26 and 27 looking absolutely amazing with the long-term variables for the golden age of America, as of course monetary policy plays into it. So quantitative easing, dovish interest rates, new direction, new dovish leadership in the Fed, with much smarter people. Maybe going to be much smarter. We've still got to dominate presidents, but still in the right direction. And then the fundamental economy really starts to take off, and we head towards 4-5% GDP. So we've got the real economy, the monetary policy, all in the right direction, and all the other metrics around the government as well. The trade, federal deficit, public debt, all being dealt with by Trump at the same time. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Catch you guys tomorrow. Shall we do that? We'll meet up again. Let's do it. Do it live. All right, take care, everybody. Hope you guys subscribe. Don't forget to share the channel around as well. If you love the crypto and the Pulsechain updates every single day, then this is the place to be, right? This is the place to be. And we're trying to cover as many projects as we can as well moving forward. I'll catch you then. Bye for now.